back. Episode 2 in our liner note series. We're Easter egging.
We are Easter egging.
Yeah, we are. A little bit. This is like as much color as I own.
I had to scrounge the depths of Target to find this yellow shirt. Guess the album.
We're on Fearless. This is our second episode. You already know.
And we have, I feel like, a lot of like backtracking, cleaning up to do. With,
yeah.
If you happen to watch our first video, which we went through the debut liners for Taylor Swift and all of her lyrics.
Yep.
And while we rewatched the video, we realized we were just so excited, I think, to get into it.
That's what it was.
That we just completely skipped over what the actual liners are. I don't think we explained ourselves well.
No. No, and I'll double down and say debut is kind of hard because we don't really know, like we don't have as much context, but Ticketmaster was a crazy day. That was the day we recorded. We were all out of sorts. We did not explain what liner notes are, so I feel like now is a good time because this is gonna keep going. We're gonna be like deep in our series.
That was my favorite thing. I did like watching the beginning of our video, and I'm like Snapchatting Kara, and I'm like, am I just not paying attention, or did we just completely skip over what we're doing?
No, you were right. We just did not explain. I was like, for those of you who don't know, and then I just did not explain. Like, if you must know, you must know, but for those of you who don't know.
Right. Well, thanks for bearing with us. Like, obviously, we're learning. Yeah. We're improving each video.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kara, do you actually want to explain to us what liner notes are? Yes,
I would love to at this point. I would love to clear up the air. So liner notes were, like we said, her first introduction to Easter eggs. And she would take the booklet of all the lyrics in her CDs and have everything in lowercase.
Yes. And
capitalize random letters, and then you would like unscramble it and make it a sentence or a little message or a little Easter egg.
Right. And they would give us little clues as to maybe what the song was about, or just like from her perspective and maybe what she was thinking about as she was writing it. Yeah. So we did that for debut. We still had a great time, even though,
oh my god,
we still had a great time.
Fun. Yeah.
Who knows what the video was like, but we had a good time going through it.
And I think like going forward, we just, obviously we have more context, so it's just going to be a lot more fun to like look back. Like I know a little bit and Sarah knows nothing, which I feel like is so fun. But I already have some connections of like to debut, like this is so interesting. And also we have to mention with the re-recording of Fearless, hindsight is literally 2020, 2021, which when she put it out. But we're not gonna go into any of the re-recording like prologues, just because we'll do that if we ever break down Fearless. But we're just gonna stick to the OG 2008 version.
I am, just because like you mentioned, we are now getting into the albums where she toured this one. It's about celebrities that we know. Right. You know, we have more information versus, as we said, like we don't know anything about her high school. Right. Like crushes, all the men that she wrote about. Right. But we do now.
We do now. Ooh. I'm excited.
I know. Me too.
Is there anything else to say?
I know. I don't think so.
Okay. I don't think so either. I'm just gonna put this up here. We have all of our notes and our liner notes and Genius.
Do you have the prologue?
I do. Okay. Oh my god, I forgot about that. First.
Oh, go ahead.
It's so much shorter.
Half of our video was us reading it.
I know. We dissected every line. It was like nothing to dissect. Right. But we had to. We had to.
Okay. Taylor's letter.
Wow. That's already something else.
Taylor's letter.
I love yous before.
You're Taylor's letter. Now, I didn't know if that was like actually part of it or if it was like
from Genius.
From Genius. But no, you're right, because it said I love yous, and now it's her letter.
Yeah.
It's Taylor's letter.
Wow.
Okay. This album is called Fearless, and I guess I'd like to clarify why we chose that as the title.
Stop.
Oh, already.
Why we chose that title. That gives me Speak Now with Enchanted. She wanted to call something else. But it's a we. It was a collective decision that we called it.
And I love at least now she doesn't even have to tell us who she's talking about. Like who's the we? But like we know, you know, like we know. She's not saying like Scott and I or Big Machine and I. It's just we. And we knew who she was.
Which I love actually at that time because it's like before knowing all the drama, it's like everything was always a team.
Yeah.
It wasn't just her decision, it was a team decision.
Okay. To me, fearless is not the absence of fear. It's not being completely unafraid. To me, fearless is having fears. Interesting.
Yeah.
Fearless is having doubts, lots of them. To me, fearless is living in spite of those things that scare you to death. Fearless is falling madly in love again, even though you've been hurt before. I just like that she's already changing like what our perception of fearless is.
I know.
You know?
I know. She's literally taking like that, let's see, how do I want to say this? People always assume things about Taylor, or like, you know, there's the common sayings that like all her music sounds the same, all she does is write about guys. It's like, there's always more.
Right.
You look at the title Fearless, it's like, no, it actually means this.
Right, and it's just like, once again, it's like, how do you explain that to somebody that just doesn't care enough to sit down with like her work and truly like understand it?
I know.
Because like, you can't just get it from the top, like, you can't just look at it from
surface level.
From surface level. Like, you really gotta dive deep at these. Like, even so, like, I don't want to take too much time off this. Like, it's not the loss of fears, it's having those fears to her. It's and having the downs.
And doing whatever you want in spite of it.
Oh my gosh. Like, and like, still, she's like, what, 18? No.
Yeah.
16, 18?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, everything at 18, but nothing at 22. Yeah. Fearless is walking into your freshman year of high school at 15.
Okay. Just a call. Like, I just can't.
The callback already.
Okay.
Fearless is getting back up and fighting for what you want over and over again, even though every time you've tried before, you've lost. That gives me change.
So, Genius does annotate every song if you want to do it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So, obviously, we've got 15 first. Oh, yeah, change.
Right? Fighting. Even though you've lost. It's fearless to have faith.
Again, but
okay. It's fearless to have faith that someday things will change.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't even read the next line.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think there was a line that actually called that change.
Okay. Fearless is having the courage to say goodbye to someone who only hurts you, even if you can't breathe without them.
I thought that said something, because this is the picture from White Horse, and I was like, there's no way that's not breathe. Okay.
I think it's fearless to fall for your best friend, even though he's in love with someone else.
You belong with me.
And when someone apologizes to you enough times for things they'll never stop doing, I think it's fearless to stop believing them. It's fearless to say, you're not sorry, and walk away. I already love the Easter eggs we're getting before we even get the songs.
I know.
I think loving someone despite what people think is fearless. Ooh, possibly to reference a love story. I think allowing yourself to cry on the bathroom floor is fearless. Once again, for you're not sorry. Letting go is fearless. White Horse. Then moving on and being all right, that's fearless too. But no matter what love throws at you, you have to believe in it. You have to believe in love stories and Prince Charmings and happily ever after. That's why I write these songs, because I think love is fearless. Once again, now that we have the hindsight of Bejeweled and like having Midnights, it's so interesting to say that, you know, in love stories, Prince and Charmings, happily ever after. I mean, no ties with love story, and that's her maybe bringing it back with like the Era tours and everything. Yeah. But once again, sticking with these fairy tales.
I know. There's so many ties into the fairy tales. And it's so interesting because obviously, as we know, like they were trying to steer clear of that in Speak Now, because they thought Enchanted was a little bit too close to that.
Right.
But that really, like, it really hits on this in Fearless. Which, it's funny because I feel like I don't even think about that for some reason. Like, I think Enchanted and I think, like, Prince Charming and stuff.
Right. Well, because that's why I was confused. I thought, like, when I saw things before, too, of her drawing out, especially I think it was in the Lover books, like, her drawing out the stage for Speak Now, like, it felt very princessy to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, like, all over the place. Right. It was very theatrical. She did.
Could be described more as, like, whimsical.
Whimsical.
I just love that she answered because I think love is fearless.
Me too. And I'm curious if this is a Genius thing or if this is real, but, like, me being a very grammatical fiend, no period at the end of that.
You're right.
And I'm curious if that's intentional.
Wow.
The story goes on. Does not end. I don't know. Reading too much? I don't know. You never know. Okay.
There's so much to like say with that.
There is. There really is.
I just want to look through it. Just I felt like I had something in my mind, but I don't know. I think what stuck out to me when I was reading this is the fact of like, you know, when people apologize enough times for things they'll never stop doing, it's fearless to stop believing. Like once again, that ties back to me like it's time to go. Like it's finally time to give up.
Right. And then letting go is fearless there.
Letting go.
That's what I was gonna point out.
That's yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Are you ready?
No.
You're not. I know you're not ready. I know you're really
actually
not.
No.
Should I just hit you with number 1?
Title track.
Fearless. The hidden message is I loved you before I met you.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This immediately made me think of Superman, I loved you from the very first day.
Right.
And isn't that also a liner note? Oh my god, I don't know if I spoiled something. I believe that is a
spoiler.
Yeah, I think that's a liner note in another song in Speak Now.
Ooh,
I know.
Okay, well, it's good to have that on our radar for when we do Speak Now.
True. Yeah, I won't look it up, but I feel like that is a thing.
And we know who Fearless is about.
So, I'll tell you what Genius says.
Yes.
Genius says that this is actually, Taylor has said, this is the best first date that she hasn't had yet. It's a fictional song.
Oh my gosh.
I know. She's really stretching her imagination here. How amazing is that? She explained that she was actually single when she wrote this song. In this hidden message, it seems that Taylor is talking about her future lover, saying that she loved him before she even met him because she would daydream and write songs about true love before ever experiencing it. So it's actually about Joellen.
Oh my god, stop it.
I know, don't cry.
Stop it. The chills.
I actually just got chills.
The chills.
I know.
I just love that that's her imagination.
Me too.
Because, like, honestly, if we're all imagining, like, that is the best date. For the moment, let's get out in the parking lot. It's raining.
Right.
And let's just dance.
I know.
In the lights of the pavement, from the traffic lights. I just love
that.
It's not about anybody.
I know, me too. And, like, the title track, it's just how whimsical. It's just like, this is my ideal perfect date. And it's like not something I've ever experienced.
No, right. It's all my imagination.
I can't even believe
and then I want to, if I go through, like, if I live fearless, or like I live in the fear of what, like, I could experience that by going on dates with guys.
Right.
And
she's loving in spite of all of this stuff.
Yes.
And like trying again and again. Because you have to believe in love stories and Prince Charming and Happily Ever After.
Right. Or even if we're going off of, because I write most of her songs, not most, but a lot of it on debut were about like heartbreak.
Yeah.
And so still, right, now we're going into Fearless. We're like, I was heartbroken by all those crappy guys, but I'm still going to write an album about love.
Right.
Like, I'm still going to hold on to the idea of love.
So true.
Oh my god.
I know.
So much to say. I know.
Moving on.
Moving on to 2.
15.
Oh my god.
So the hidden message is, I cried while recording this. I know. And I already have so much to say.
You do.
Because
inform us, please.
The fact that she probably wrote this when she's 15. Mm-hmm. Recorded, say, 16, 17. She cried with the hindsight of when she wrote this. Could you imagine her re-recording this 13 years later?
13.
No, I have chills.
I have the chills. I'm just trying to imagine.
She cried while recording this because, like, well, for many reasons, I'm sure, but, like, looking back on her youth and, like, how much has changed since then, like, and now she has, like, not knowing what she's going to go through and have to re-record this 13 years later.
I know.
It's interesting. This, like, I cried while recording this.
I think I took it in a different way, and I just wonder if it's with my, like, lesser knowledge of lyrics than, like, maybe you have. Because, like, in my mind, like, I'm thinking in hindsight of her re-recording it, I wonder if it wouldn't have affected her that much, because I feel like when you're younger, especially at 15, like, I will never forget the conversations I had with friends on buses about premarital sex. Like, literally, like, having sex. And, like, you're 15 and you're supposed to wait till marriage, or you're supposed to wait till you love somebody, and then, like, her best friend went and, like, gave away, you know, because this was such the big thing that we cared about. Right. We make virginity such a big thing that she gave it away. And then now in hindsight, it's like, wow, you know, like, we really cared so, like, we put so much of ourselves and emphasis on who we are, riding along with, like, the intactness of our virginity.
Wow.
So that was, like,
that's really.
I wonder if she looked at the whole idea, because, like, that's the line that sticks out with you. Like, my Abigail,
I will
like,
everything to a boy who changes his mind. Yeah.
So, like, that's what sticks with you when you're younger and listening to this. So I wonder if that perspective of it changed for her.
Wow, that's interesting. I love how you can take these so many different ways.
I brought this up because we didn't record ourselves reacting to the 3 a.m. songs, but I think I have a relationship with religion similar in the way that Taylor does, where you grow up Catholic, you grow up with these certain beliefs, and then real life happens, and that changes your mind on religion and like how it affects your personal self. So like I think we both have like maybe strayed away from that belief. So like it'd be interesting to look back on it now as a 20, well, she's like 30-some-year-old, to look at how she thought about sex in the song. That's what I was, that's where my brain went. But that's because that's the lyric that always stuck out to me, because that traumatized me.
Right. And that's why it's so interesting that like she did these, and it's like she cried while recording this for a reason. And she's telling us, but we don't know what it is.
Oh my gosh, did you have anything else?
I don't think so, but I just thought that was like crazy, even just to think about the re-records.
I know.
All right, number 3, we've got Love Story, and it is Someday I'll Find This.
Does this sound similar to like one from, okay.
It does.
I'm like, this is
You're right. A place in this world, liner notes, was I found this. Because she was looking for a place in this world, and she found it. And now she's looking at Love Story, and she says, someday I'll find this. And guess what, Taylor?
You found it.
No, I'm gonna cry.
And this really shows the difference between her as a lyricist, like now, and what she decides to write about versus as she gets older. Because it's like she put so much, you know, into finding love. Like that's kind of what was the one lyric? Saved by a Perfect Kiss.
Okay.
From, you know, I starved my body, I host a party thinking I'd be saved by a perfect kiss.
Right.
She thinks she found her place in this world, then now the next thing that she needs to do is find love and she's set.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Like, that's, and she's now, like, in hindsight, she's learned this.
So true.
But, like, that's interesting,
too.
It's
so true. Especially because when I think of You're on Your Own Kid, I think of, like, her early years, of course.
Right.
And, yeah, that's so true.
Right.
You think that that's, like, the one thing that's gonna
make you happy.
Yeah. It reminds me of Fearless because I loved you before I met you. It's like I'm dreaming about this.
Right.
My perfect date. That hasn't happened yet. And it's like, all right, that's a love. And now we're in Love Story and she's going to find this.
We're going to find it. And I just love, I don't know if we've mentioned this before. I'm sure we have because I feel like I mention it all the time.
Yeah.
But this was like one of the last songs she wrote.
Yes.
She literally wrote it. It was like, I don't know if it's good enough for the album. I'm just going to show it to people.
Yeah.
Showed it to like her, probably Nathan. Like showed it to Nathan Chapman. And they were like, no, this has to be on it.
Yeah.
And now it's
her legacy.
Her legacy.
Her literal legacy. The first song that we got introduced back to the re-records.
Love, yes. Oh my gosh, with the
We were both young
Reynolds.
when I first saw you. No, that brings me to chills every time.
Yes! One more time, what was it?
Someday I'll find this.
I'm really being thrown for a loop right now. Because
Good.
people, you know, once again, we're already on the third song of, is this the 13 track?
Oh.
Or was that Speak Now?
It is 13, and it got platinum.
Right, okay. So we're on the, you know, we're already 3 tracks in of a 13th track, and to me, I'm like, Fearless, Joe Jonas. You know, like,
the album itself.
The album itself.
Yes.
Joe Jonas.
Right.
So every song I'm like, not that I was thinking Love Story was about him, but we're 3 songs in and it's not about Joe Jonas yet.
It's not. No, it's not.
Which I love that for her.
Me too. It's so true because it's like that's the era that you think of and you associate with him. But no, there's a lot more going on here. Scratching the surface. Speaking of guys, track 4, Hey Steven, Hidden Message, Love and Theft. Throw you for a loop here.
Throw me for a loop.
Okay, so this hidden message confirms that Hey Steven is about Stephen Barker Lilies of the country duo Love and Theft. They opened up for Taylor on one of her tours in 2008. Okay, get ready to be shook.
Oh my god, no.
Because I dove into the internet about this. Steven then writes a song about her.
What song?
I don't know. It's like, it's not real. Like, it's like not a real song, but he... Should I play it? Like,
I mean, yeah.
Okay. It was really cute. He said, like, one day she just came up to him and was like, hey, like, I just wrote a song about you. Like, no shame in her game. Hey, Steven.
Like,
a name out
name
there.
dropped.
Name drops. And he's like, wait, I just did too. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like she wrote the song and then Owl City later he wrote...
No.
What?
Yeah. One day she called me up and was like, hey, I wrote a song about you. And I was like, dude, that's really funny because I just wrote a song about you last week. She was like, really? She asked how it went and I told her about some of the lines. I didn't tell her too much, but I told her about the main tag of the song. She was like, I want to hear it.
What?
Your curly hair and your cowboy boots. How could anyone get over you? You must have really been a big old fool, baby. 'Cause I can't help it when I look at you.
I just love that.
I can't help it if you look like an angel. That's like...
And I can't help it that I look at... But the weird thing is they both wrote it without each other knowing.
I know.
So it wasn't like they were inspired by anything.
I know.
Every piece of me comes unglued.
She just used unglued for something too in Midnights. Not that like, hello, there's nothing.
I know.
I mean, who knows? Literally, who knows?
Who knows?
But I just thought that was crazy.
Yes.
Now unglued, thanks to you.
Snow on the beach.
So, yeah.
'Cause this could be the real thing, baby, if we let it go. Just regret it, we'll be sorry. If we don't lay it on the line, we'll be wasting time. And everything inside of me is telling me yes, and it's you and me, honey, it's our chance. This world is going crazy, so baby, what do you say? We'll try to make it anyway.
Wow, that's really cute.
Isn't it cute? Like, I kind of dig
sweet.
it. Yeah.
And I just love, like, even if we're talking about the lyrics of, like, hey, Steven, like, I've been holding back this feeling, like, I've got some things to say to you. Like, she didn't say it to him, but then she did with the song.
And then that's so her.
I'm like, that's shook.
I know.
That's shook-worthy.
I know. And I just love that she puts that in the liner notes.
I know.
His band.
Because that's who it's about.
Obviously has no shame again. Hey, Steven.
Literally.
Not a pseudonym. That was the part where I was like, I hope you don't see that, because I wanted her to be surprised.
Oh my god. That's a lot to process.
Yeah.
One video.
Yeah.
All those other girls, well, they're beautiful, but
they wrote a song for you. That was a great call out, because, like, duh. And then she did, and then he did. And it's like,
so they really were,
and
like,
it's like,
perfect for each other.
The ha is funny because they're both musicians.
Right.
They both can write songs about each other. It's like something that they
or to me, it's like the ha's funny, it's like ha, but, right, like, could they write a song for you? Could other guys write a song for me?
Right.
Like the way you did. Like, right. Inside, once again, her, like, an inside joke.
She's so funny.
Oh my god, I love that.
I know.
That was really cute.
I know.
That's like a fun fact. Like,
it is.
Random Taylor Swift fun fact.
I know.
Okay, I think we've exhausted Love Story. No, we were not Love Story. So we've exhausted Hasty.
Okay, so we've got track 5 next.
Do you think Zay can hear that?
Probably.
Sorry, we're having a torrential, like...
Oh, wow. I thought it was a car driving by.
No, that's the wind.
That looks like a...
Spooky.
What? Speaking of spooky... Okay. That's really not spooky. That's not a good transition. White Horse, track 5. I know. And the hidden message here is, all I ever wanted was the truth.
Yeah.
The genius annotation is, White Horse is about Taylor's boyfriend who cheated on her. Even though it might have been painful, she would have rather tell him that she wasn't right for him instead of catching him cheating.
Well, yeah, of course. That's just, like, normal human emotion. Like, why cheat when you could just, like, break up with them?
I know, so stupid.
For people that want their cake and eat it, too.
And just, like, the song really continuing and, like, honing in on this Prince Charming, like, White Horse. You know, just, like, coming in, saving me, and, like...
The themes.
Yeah.
I'm not a princess, this ain't a fairy tale. Yeah. Literally, after we had Love Story about wanting a fairy tale, after we had Fearless about this being made up in her mind of, like, the most perfect date that she'd go on, and then life happens, and she's like, no, I'm not a princess, this is not a fairy tale, like, I'm not gonna get this. Oh my god. She wants it, but this situation is not it. It's not it. And in this situation, she's not gonna be riding off with her man in sunset. No. Can you look up what, like, the meaning of White Horse, like, does that mean something? I feel like there's always these words or terms that she'll use. Yeah. And I've noticed it a lot in Midnights where I'm like, I feel like I need to really look it up to see if there's that deeper, once again, like her lyrics, there's probably a deeper meaning with it. White horses are often thought to be harbingers of ill fortune. White horses seem to crop up a lot in folklore. No. Yes. Of course they do. What? Like, who wrote this? Stories. Like, I mean, am I going to bring in Game of Thrones at night? But in House of Dragon, that one whole episode was if the king, the new king or queen or whoever is in charge sees that white horse, then that means that, you know, they're meant to be the leader. So, like, usually when you see the white horse, it's like good. Well, I guess that says ill, but usually, you know, when you think white horse, that's your prince coming in on, you know, your prince is riding that horse to save you. It's like, you're not, don't bring that around. Oh my god, in folklore. Right, because it's in fairy tales. Like, that's the thing. Oh my god, I can't. Actually, that's too much to think about because that's so full circle. Right, and it's interesting now, once again, because you really, like I keep saying, needing to sit with her lyrics and me just truly realizing how much fairy tale is put into Fearless. Yeah. Like, I don't think I've ever really connected it that much. Because once again, as you said, I would have thought it was more of Speak Now. Yeah. Yeah, I also feel like I wonder if it's a product of, like, not being on social media as much, and it's like everything is so curated and crafted. Right. So much now, it's like even Red Era, like, we just think of, like, so many visuals. Right. And 1989 and, like, stuff like that. But we didn't have Instagram for Fearless. Like, you know, you're not, like, associating it with as many things now. Right. Lovers, like, pastel lover era. Yes. Rap dark lover era. You know, it's like Fearless. Like, we're struggling to find yellow. Like, and situations where it's like, okay, fairy tale, I'm not thinking crown, like, but if she was on social media putting, like, the crown emoji or, like, sparkles, you know what I mean? Right, it's like, to give it more, which we're getting now with, like, the Bejeweled. Yeah. Right, like that, the fairy tale tidbits. Right. Which still is interesting for her to be giving us. I know it ties in with a lot of other stuff, but for her to have already given us Fearless and then to still have those, like, fairy tale tidbits added. Well, yeah, and that's funny because in that Easter egg,
in that Easter egg of Bejeweled, everyone's like, immediately speak now.
Right.
It's like enchanted in the like mystical fairy tale.
The enchanted music.
Right. And everyone's like, okay, so speak now. She's in the castle, speak now. But like, it's actually a little bit more of this.
Fearless,
yeah.
right?
Interesting.
That's
very interesting. Okay, should we move on?
I don't think I had much else to say.
It is really interesting though.
Just love that. I love it. That was like my song.
Yeah. Track 6, we've got You Belong With Me.
Okay, I lied. I did have something else to say.
Oh,
but it's like really just like, I think I feel like that song really resonated with us in that point in age because we were all looking for that fairy tale.
Yeah.
Like, how old were we? 2008, so it was middle school.
Yeah.
So everyone's looking for that fairy tale.
Yeah.
And then I think that song was so good at allowing us to say, like, no, like, fairy tales aren't real.
Yeah.
You know? Like, to sing that, like, I'm not a princess. I think that's just so...
I know.
To be able to sit down with that as a young child when you're like, oh, I want to watch the princess movies. I want to be a princess. To have a song where you're singing to yourself, like, no, I'm not a princess. It's not a fairy tale. Like, ground yourself.
Yeah.
I think it was also good for us to have as, like, middle schoolers.
True.
It's good to have the love story songs where we're imagining and we want it, but like you also have to be serious. Right. And be realistic in what love is.
Right. I mean, of course, she is just the type of person to like, we're the first person really of our generation to like really hit on all these emotions that like we're all gonna feel, but
all
she
types
puts it
of love.
Right. She puts it into words that it's like, it's not just poppy and it's not like just glazing over things. It's like, this hurts and I'm gonna go into it. I'm gonna feel it so that you can feel it too.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's how you feel understood.
Right, and that's how she processes her emotions. That's how a lot of us are then are able to, like, when you feel that, you're processing your emotions with it.
Right.
Just thought that was also a nice little... Coming from somebody who was, like, a hopeless romantic. Right. I needed that song.
Yeah. No, and at a perfect time, too.
Yes.
Exactly.
Middle school heartbreaks.
Yeah. Speaking of middle school, I feel like You Belong With Me just really encapsulates middle school to me because just that music video, like, that took over. Yes. I feel like literally everyone in my school was making music videos like that. I don't know about your school. That was a big thing in my school.
No. Yeah. Not that I know of. It could have just not been my friend group.
Yeah. I think it was my friend group. Or it was me, actually. It wasn't like my friend group. It was me.
It was me.
It was just me, yeah. That is like ingrained.
My thing is I want to know when the Miley Cyrus movie came out. Because for me, what was a big stick out is the guy in her music video was the blonde guy from the Miley Cyrus. Yes. From the Miley Cyrus music movie.
Yes. Why do I feel like Lucas Till is like rolling off the tongue for me?
You're probably right. Yeah, Lucas Till.
Why is that up there? Why is that up there?
I don't know why that's up there. So what was the meeting first? Like, did she meet him on the Hannah Montana set and then was like, I want to use you for my music video?
Right, chicken or the egg. So this came out June 16th, 2009.
So she probably met him on the set of Hannah Montana and then wanted him in the music video.
Love.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't even tell you.
Such a classic. No, you didn't.
Okay, so the hidden message is love is blind so you couldn't see me. Just so classic, like in love with your best friend that he doesn't even know.
I just love where it's like love is blind so you couldn't see me.
And like, does that even, is she saying that like he actually does love her?
To me, I thought he's blinded by the love of that other girl.
Okay.
So that he's so blinded by loving this one girl, he can't see that he's with me.
Okay, a spin on the saying love is blind captures the essence of You Belong With Me, a song about falling for someone who has feelings for someone else.
Right, because love is blind. I just, once again, love her taking just
I know.
all these idioms and switching them.
I don't have too much to say about that. I just love it.
I know.
Okay, track 7.
I guess.
Okay, track 7 is Breathe, featuring Kobe Caleb.
Okay.
And the hidden message is, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any reason
why
you think that? Okay.
Yeah, so Breathe is about a friend.
Okay.
It's 2 a.m. feeling like I just lost a friend. And we know the song is about Emily Poe, fiddle player.
You knew.
We knew.
We knew. Y'all knew.
Yeah, we've been knowing. So this says, echoing the outro of Breathe, Taylor laments the end of a friendship and apologizes for any harm she may have done. It's a lot for a friend breakup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very emotional. Which
and not only a friend, but to say like you can't breathe without that person.
Yeah. So obviously we know Emily from being her fiddle player on tour, and they were really close.
Yeah.
And I read some interviews yesterday about like, she said nothing really happened. It was just one of those things where you grow apart.
Okay.
And they just need like time apart.
I mean, it could be like the stress of touring, and being, gosh, and all that goes into it.
if she was the same age as Taylor, which she definitely was around, I'm not sure if they were like exactly the same. She might have been a little older. I think that she then went off to college, and I think now she's like a lawyer.
I know
she
does
her
something.
TikTok. She did, yeah, and it was like with her son.
Yeah,
and I think I could be totally making this up. I think she was like jamming to a Taylor song or like supporting Taylor in some way. So
let me look at
hopefully there's no ill will there.
That's insane.
Yeah,
because like to me, when I hear 2 a.m. feeling like I just lost a friend, like I'm always going to be in that love mentality that like when you love somebody, they are your friends. Like, not only are you losing the person you love, but you're losing a friend in a a breakup. So that's where I would have interpreted it.
Yeah.
But I love that.
I know.
Once again, I'm wrong. Like, what songs about Joe Jonas? Are there any?
That's the thing, though. It's like it really clouds like relationships, and her public relationships can cloud a lot of the art, which is kind of sad.
Gosh, it's so interesting. We're on like 7th song, and
I know
not thinking much about Taylor.
So Emily Poe is a Southern Indiana prosecuting attorney.
Wow.
Right. So yeah, she definitely went to college. She definitely was like busy. She's in the courtroom putting away child molesters and abusers.
Oh, good for her.
Good for her.
But there's got to be something we're missing if you have to write a whole song about apologizing.
Right. I mean, you also got to think about when you were 16, 15, and you say stupid stuff, you have friend breakups, like, you're immature, you don't know how to handle that type of thing.
Or especially, like, maybe that was her way of coping through, like, tour. Like,
what?
she had, like, having that friend there.
Oh, yeah.
And then once that friend's, if you have a falling out and that friend decides to leave and not be a part of the tour with you, or, like, spend every waking moment with you, like, that's a lot
That is a lot.
Like a child, not only a child, she's like 18, whatever, but like to be like moving around. She was a child.
She was a child. Yeah, no, that's a lot.
That was
I know. So you didn't know
spicy.
Breathe was about a friend?
No.
Okay.
I didn't.
Wow.
Once again, like coming in later to really caring about Taylor, like I didn't do such deep dives of like, I knew certain albums were about certain people. Obviously some songs are more obvious than others, but I didn't really know, especially these later, like the earlier ones. Like once we get to, obviously, other albums, I'll be more knowledge, but especially these earlier ones, I did not know specifically, which is why I wanted us to do this.
Exactly.
No, I know. I love not know specifically what each song was about.
This is so fun.
Because like, I'm still torn over the fact that Fearless is just like a made up.
I know. Still stuck on track 1.
I'm still stuck on track 1.
But like, why not? It was a lot.
Oh my gosh, it just shows her imagination.
I know.
What we got with folklore. And
I know.
It just shows. Okay, what's next?
All right, we've got track 8, Tell Me Why.
I love this one.
Same.
I love this song.
Track 8, Tell Me Why, Hidden Message, Guess I Was Fooled by Your Smile. Love.
Interesting.
You might think I'm bulletproof, but I'm
I'm
not.
an idiot.
No, you thought it was
I saw something.
No, but I love this one.
What did I think about?
I love you?
Yeah. Wow. No, I do know one. Bulletproof, but I'm not.
Like, that doesn't sound
Took
like
a swing
it.
and I'm like, what?
So, the Genius Annotation is Tell Me Why is the song that Taylor wrote about falling for someone and realizing that they aren't the person you thought they were. Taylor feels foolish due to her mistake of dating the person that the song was about. She was captivated by his smile, but she was wrong about the kind of person he ended up being.
Right. Well, it's just interesting, here's you and your temper. Yeah. Like, it's that person that hides who they really are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So was he a narcissist?
Ooh.
Hiding who he was until his,
Yeah.
until it came out.
Yeah, because I mean, like, you're not falling for someone with a temper.
No.
This one, I'm going to wait to do a little connection because there's one later on.
Okay.
But that's all.
It's like I'm trying so hard not to deep dive into these lyrics.
I know,
because like that's like a different video that we will eventually tackle. But there's just like so much even in the lyrics.
I know.
And am I stretching that I just feel like with like just the lyrics I was saying, like the whole Tell Me Why, like, guess I was fooled by your smile. Like, God, Scott Borchetta.
Oh my God.
Like, I know, but like you're fooled.
I know.
Just in hindsight.
Just like she was fooled by, I mean, what he could offer.
Right.
Anything else?
No, that's why I was just like trying to see if anything was sparking.
Yeah.
To give me something more to
I
say.
know. I know. Okay, track 9. You're Not Sorry. Hidden Message. She Can Have You.
Ooh.
I know.
Really? Taylor holds nothing back.
This annotation, and again, these are just like anybody can write these, I think.
For Genius.
Yeah, so, thank you, but we don't know how true it is.
Right.
But This says, speaking about this song, Taylor said it was about a guy who turned out... Oh, just kidding, because she said this. So never mind. This is coming from Taylor. Taylor said it was about a guy who turned out not to be who she thought she was, and who kept a lot of secrets from her. So that gives me Tell Me Why vibes.
Right.
I guess I was fooled by your smile. I was fooled.
Right.
The relationship Taylor had that she wrote the song about ended badly, with instances of potential cheating, as implied by this hidden message.
Right.
She can have you.
And I just love the difference in secret lyrics. Like, I wonder if the breakups were different of the you're not sorry versus like tell me why. Like, guess I was fooled by your smile.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, guess it was my fault. Guess I did this, or
right.
I didn't read the signs. But that was like, no, she can have you.
Right.
Oh, I'm not sorry. That's such a good one.
And
That's
like
just, another track 5 possibility.
I know. And just the call out to It's Fearless to say you're not sorry and walk away in the beginning. That's fearless.
Right. Just
you're not sorry.
Which means like she probably said that to him. Like,
of course.
Is that a Joe Jonas song? Like, that gives me better than revenge.
Well, same. Yeah, same. Okay, I'll put a pin in this because I have some things, but I don't want to like skip ahead.
I know. Okay,
but that does give me
right?
vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obviously really trying for Joe Jonas.
I know.
Album.
I know. We're on to track 10.
But is that like the Mandela effect?
No, I just think it's like one of those things where we know it was during that time period,
that
and we just associate the album era with him.
Okay.
Even though it's crazy,
like
they dated before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then now we get the songs.
Right. Fearless came out in November, not October.
Yes.
And they dated from July to October of 2008. Then they broke up, and Fearless, Forever and Always was a last-minute addition to the album.
Insane.
So even a later addition than Love Story.
Oh my gosh. Last-minute ad.
Last-minute
ad.
I
love that. It's always like her best.
Forever and Always, and then to get a piano version.
I know. Yeah, we'll get to that.
And then in June of 2009, the Jonas Brothers released Much Better, which was supposed to apparently about Taylor.
Which
drama.
Let us know if you want to do a little connection of songs in the Taylor universe.
Yeah,
There's a few. Oh, we already got one. Love and Death.
Now we got 2.
Now we have 2. There's a few more where that came from.
Yes, there is.
Okay, should we move on to track 10? Yep, I know. Track 10, The Way I Loved You. We can't.
My favorite song.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's actually
one of my favorites.
No, technical difficulties. I don't want to rapid fire, but like I'm like stressed
I
now. Where did it even stop? I don't know.
10, I think, because we only had 3 more.
You're right. The Way I Loved You.
Oh my God, our favorite one.
I know. And the hidden message is we can't go back. Go. What does that give you?
I don't know.
This gives me haunted. Can't go back. I'm haunted.
That's like my favorite song.
I know. Like, hello, the connection.
Wow.
We can't go back. And it's crazy because I had like a full conniption about this.
Okay.
Because, so this reminds me of Haunted. Can't go back. I'm haunted. Which, before that line goes, he will try to take away my pain and he just might make me smile. But the whole time I'm wishing he was you instead.
Right.
Okay. So we get Haunted.
Ooh.
And that gives me The Way I Loved You vibes because it's like you have a great relationship, but you're like wanting this like toxicity a little bit. And then that reminds me of Midnight Rain. It's like,
oh my God, you're like pulling a lot here.
I know, but like, right? Okay.
Right.
I'm like not explaining this well.
No.
I'm not. I know I'm
just,
not. Like, it's so much because
it's like I need visuals, but it's
okay. I know, I need to like draw it out. So like, The Way I Loved You, toxic relationship, you're in a great relationship, but you're wanting this like toxic.
Right. You want the old guy
want the old guy.
You were screaming, there was the ups and the downs.
Right.
He's not friends with your parents.
Right.
Okay.
And Haunted, he will try to take away my pain, but he just might make me smile, but the whole time I'm wishing he was you instead.
No, okay, I get that. Yes.
Right?
No, that's insane. I don't think I've ever really connected that.
Me neither. It was just like through the liners.
Yeah.
Because the liner being, we can't go back, reminded me of Haunted. Like, full circle.
But I need you to bring in the Midnight Rain.
Yeah, so that I'm a little confused about myself.
No, because we talked about this.
Yeah.
Because people were saying that Midnight Rain was the older version. I thought it was the older version of The Way I Loved You.
Right.
Because she's like, you're nice, but I'm not nice. Like, I'm not who that person is at that moment.
Exactly. Yes, and even I wrote, it's funny to see how in the debut liner notes in Picture to Burn, she wrote, date nice boys, but here she is dating a nice boy, and that's when you brought in Midnight Rain.
Yes.
Because it was like, he's nice, but I broke his heart because he's nice.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Like, there's so much to say here.
And it's just like crazy to me because it's like, did she plan those connections? Does it just work? I mean, we always say nothing is accidental with her, especially with her lyrics. Like,
I know. But then it's like, again, like, she's still the same person. Like, she still had the same experiences, and, like, now she's just seeing it a different way. It's like, I'm a different person, but I'm still the same person.
Right.
Like, you can look at, like,
you are at the core.
Right.
But you grow with your experiences.
Right. Is that crazy? I don't think I did a good job explaining that.
No, you did.
I was so shocked.
the second time around. I need to go back, so we can't go back.
Yeah.
I just, like, it's just so interesting just having, like, friends that are dating, so, like, you see the toxicity in the world of relationships.
Yep.
So it's like, you want the highs and the lows of this bad relationship. Like, that's what gets you going. It's like, but you can't go back to that because it's not good for you.
Right.
You have to let go.
Yeah,
like, it's time to go.
Let go. Yeah.
Ooh.
I know. That was a lot there.
And it's like, once again, it's like one of the songs I feel like I don't realize how deep it is.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're just screaming. It's like an upbeat, like, you're just like...
I know. There's
like,
so much there.
Because you're singing, like, he respects my space.
Yeah.
Like, he never makes me... Like, you're singing all these good parts, but then you're like, but I'm this.
Alright, well, next, you get your wish. And we got Forever and Always, which is a Joe Jonas special.
I finally got it.
And
This is...
Forever
and Always is number 11. Okay.
Number 11. If you play these games, we're both going to lose. So long.
Lover.
Right.
That gives me Lover vibes.
Like Cruel Summer vibes?
Yes. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yes. I know.
Ooh, I got the chills.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
The chills.
Okay, I need to process this one.
Okay. So Forever and Always, the Genius annotation. In an interview with Ellen, Taylor confirmed that the song was about her ex-boyfriend, Joe Jonas.
Literally.
Taylor's relationship with Joe was full of mind tricks and mystery, and towards the end, Taylor was no longer happy with how their relationship was, and it hurt them both.
Do you think that's true?
I don't know.
Because she was pretty pissed that she got broken up with.
Right.
On the phone. If you play these games.
They're young. Like, sorry. I love them together. Love them separate.
Right.
But...
And if we're talking about how you remember growing up and, like, dating, that's all it was games.
Right.
Like, you could have not played a game.
And, like, they're both growing of their fame.
Right.
Hello. Like, they're obviously both going to get a little taste
prime.
of this. And, like... Yeah, people like attention.
Right.
Of course, there's like a wandering eye there. You never.
I mean,
they're teenagers.
Just
yeah, I mean, seriously. And just such another nod to the fairy tale, Once Upon a Time. Forever and Always. It's just,
I know.
The theme is so threaded.
And it's like so there. Like,
it's so there. I know.
How did I miss it? Easily, because I know things just go over my head.
Sam,
we play these games, we're both going to lose. To me, it's like the interpretation of that.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you both play games, of course you're both going to lose because you're both not going to be with each other. Right. You're not going to find the love, but it's also like, all right, you want to play these games? Like, we can lose.
I know.
I'll lose too. Like, I'm fine with losing.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead, I'll write a song about you, and I'll tell the nation on Ellen that it's about you.
On blast. Oh, anything else?
No, I don't know. So I'm like, is there anything else?
Track 12, The Best Day, Hidden Message, God Bless Andrea Swift. No, I know.
That's like so sweet.
I know.
Like, of course it was going to be about, like, there's no other interpretation.
No, oh my god, no, straight up a song about her mom.
The God bless of it all.
I know. The Best Day is an ode to Taylor's mom, Andrea, who has been there for her every step of the way.
That's just really
so sweet. There's really nothing else.
There's not much to say. Like, we've already hit on it.
Like, and just the God bless.
And like
her country.
For those that like don't know, like literally Andrea Swift is like with her from obviously, like I said, the beginning. She drove her to every record label to drop off her demos. She helped move them from PA to Nashville. Like, she was her big, like, they were both her biggest supporter.
So cute.
I love that she did. Oh my gosh, platinum one.
Okay. Yes, like we're not done yet.
We are not done yet. No wonder we were stressing about this freaking camera.
I know. We have one more before we get into the platinum, and the album closer, so iconic, Change. So iconic. You make things change for me. You, the fans, us. So iconic.
Just to think we got that before we got Long Live.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the annotation because I'm just shook right now.
Oh.
Change is a song that Taylor wrote about her record deal with Big Machine, as well as her fans.
So the you is also to Scott.
That's a lot for me.
That is a lot.
Taylor expresses in her hidden message that she appreciates the fact that these people were able to make her life so much better than it was by helping kickstart her career and making things change.
She found her place now.
Chills.
No, I know. I've had the chills for the last 5 minutes.
I know.
It's sad.
I know.
That's all.
I know.
I want to be happy because it's about her fans and it's about. I mean, but even so, like she wrote this before Fearless, which was her big, like her own tour, her first tour.
Right.
So like, to me, it has more. Like obviously, it's for the fans, but to me, it's maybe a little bit more towards the Big Machine record because she didn't have the big, Fearless, the huge success of Fearless didn't happen yet.
Right.
I mean, obviously, it's for the fans because, like, she survived debut.
Yeah.
People wanted her enough for a second album.
Yeah.
But it just makes me sad that that's probably mostly about Big Machine.
It's true. Because even in the opening paragraph, when she calls out change, it's Fearless is getting back up and fighting for what you want over and over again, even though every time you've tried before, you've lost. It's fearless to have faith that someday things will change.
Right.
So it's like, it's her going to every record label when she's 9 and putting her demos out and trying.
I love the song Change.
I know, so good.
It's like
such an anthem.
We have to do her anthem one of these times. I love her anthem.
It's such a, like, great album closer too.
I know.
Even just like when you really put it in a Big Machine lens, it's like you don't want to, but like, wow, she really did that to Scott. Like, opened up his world.
Of course.
Meet the Chapman. You know, it's like all these people were trying to,
right?
And like together
they made the change.
Fuck. No.
Why did that make me sad?
Same. I know.
It made me more sad than inspired.
I know. Okay. Rapid fire platinum editions.
Yay.
Jump and Fall. Last Summer was magical.
Ooh.
I know.
The summers.
I know. Last Summer was
her
magical.
and Joe mentioning the 3 summers that they've had together.
Aww.
A lot of good summer love.
Yeah. Oh, it just says, clearly Taylor and this unnamed person had a wonderful relationship that only lasted for 1 summer.
What is that? Post Joe, pre?
Well,
could it be about Taylor? No, that was September.
No, then that's Speak Now.
Ooh.
I know.
A secret love affair we don't know about.
I know. And like it could be even like something in her past like debut era.
That's true.
You know, just like Tennessee, Summer, never know. Untouchable. Track 2 of Platinum Edition.
Go ahead.
Obsessed, even that she did a liner note for a song that she didn't write.
Right.
You know?
That's what I'm like. I'm so curious as to the liner note is because that was a shock for me to find out that that was not an original song of hers.
Right.
So, for those who don't know, the song Untouchable, Taylor actually did as a cover and like changed up the melody or just changed, I'm not going to speak music because I don't know, but just changed it up that the band like really enjoyed it and then gave her permission to use it.
They gave her song credits because of how much she changed it, and you know that she recorded it because it was Scott's favorite song. Yeah. Nope. Runs deep here. It really runs deep.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Even if you listen to the original, like I highly suggest go listen to the original and then re-listen to Taylor's. It's just so different.
That hidden message is we always want what we can't reach.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
because you're untouchable.
It's general, but still finds a way to like make it about what's going on.
Right. What do you mean what's going on?
Just anything that could be going on.
Right.
Like very general, but it's still
like
like
she's still able to make
her era. And like, you know, it could be You Belong With Me, like a friend. You know, it's You Always Want What You Can't Have.
A love story.
Yeah. Right.
You always want what you can't reach. And it's always just like that whole idea of like, you know, you're famous now, that's what you wanted, but now you need something more. Like, the grass is always green on the other side. You're always going to continue to want things that, like, you don't have.
I know. So true.
Oh, like, still, like, giving us, like, dropping these, like, words of wisdom.
I know.
In a song that's not even hers.
I know.
Okay, what's the next one?
Forever and Always piano version.
Oh!
She gives us a new message.
Oh, my gosh.
Still miss who I thought he was. Yeah.
And what was the Forever and Always one?
That was, if you play these games, we're both going to lose. So, Forever and Always piano version, Still Miss Who I Thought He Was, reminds me of Tell Me Why. Guess I Was Fooled by Your Smile.
Yes.
Right?
So, like,
I thought who he was. I thought you were someone different.
Like, could that tie into maybe Tell Me Why it's about
That's
Joe
what I
Jonas?
think. Yeah.
Ooh!
Yeah, that's what I think.
Oh my gosh.
The annotation says, realizing that they aren't the person you thought they were. Still miss what I thought he was.
Ooh.
I know.
That's a good one.
I know.
I wish I had more smart things to say.
It's shocking. It's crazy that she even did another one for a piano version.
Right.
It's the same song, but it's really not.
No. It's
whole new
different.
meaning. Literally a whole new meaning.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
No, not
You left. Oh my
Okay.
god, I'm so nervous about like this turning off.
I know. Hit it.
I know.
Hit me with it.
Come in with the rain. I won't admit that I wish you'd come back.
Come back, be here.
Wow.
I won't admit.
Come in with the rain.
That also gives me like I won't admit I'd wish you come back. Like an I'd lie type of thing. Right?
Yeah, like I won't say.
Like
even
I'd lie.
What was the
Or,
one
I
on
almost
debut?
do. I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I was thinking of. I think I almost do.
Okay.
Like I won't admit I'd wish you to come back. Like I almost reach out to you.
Okay. True. The annotation is, this song definitely plays a bit nonchalant as Taylor expresses that she's too tired of caring so much that she doesn't want to call her lover's name to have him come back to her. In this hidden message, Taylor's hesitant to say that she misses the person she wrote the song about, but in the lyrics she makes it clear that she will take him back if he chooses to come back on his own. I'll leave my window open. Just know I'm right here hoping that you'll come in with the rain.
Are possible, like, are they, now maybe all of these are Joe Jonas?
Maybe.
Me just wanting and hoping that it's a Joe Jonas.
I know.
But that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
if you, like, I don't want to admit that I still miss you. Like, yeah,
Right.
I'll take you back.
Right.
You really broke my heart.
Right, and it's even like, it could be about this like painful relationship. It's like, I shouldn't want you back, but like I
Right.
do. And
Right.
I won't admit it. Second to last, Superstar.
Okay.
Speaking of not admitting, hidden message is I'll never tell.
Okay, so I'm going to say something controversial.
You don't listen to Superstar.
No.
I know you don't. Me neither, really.
I know it's a song I would
Same.
like if I gave it a chance, but
Same.
I don't listen to it.
When you think of Superstar as a concept, it's like, they're a superstar.
Right,
Like,
Superstar. Like, I know it.
yeah,
but,
yeah. So my mind goes to, was it about Hey Steven? Because like he was a famous person
Right.
that like she was on tour with.
Okay.
But then why would she not say? Like she was very open about saying Hey Steven.
Right.
But then I looked into it and possibly Jake Owen. Shock.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Why
because
do
she was like opening for him or something.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like that makes more sense because he was really big.
I feel like I've heard this before though.
Okay.
I just don't know where.
Okay.
But her writing something about Jake Owen is like unlocking memories.
Okay. Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Oh my god.
I know.
Because he's a superstar.
I know,
She
isn't that
loves
crazy?
writing songs about people, man. It's
Well-
my favorite.
There you go.
Obviously.
The line of the day. That's why we're
That's
here.
what we learned.
Okay.
I'm
Remember our
ready.
last song?
I know.
Okay. We've got The Other Side of the Door, and the hidden message
I love
is
this one.
what I was really thinking when I slammed the door.
Yes.
Obsessed.
I know.
It's because that's how she wrote it.
Yeah.
I read that she wrote it with Emily. No, Liz.
Oh, I was about to
sorry.
say, I'm like,
Jeez,
Emily.
they're all like similar sounding to me. She wrote it with Liz
Ooh.
Rose. Shout out. And she said she came in to Liz's like apartment or room, whatever, and was like, I'm so mad, like whatever. And Liz asked her, what would you want to say right now? Like if you talk to him. And she was like,
here it is.
here it is. Oh my god, I hope I'm thinking of the right song. Yeah, isn't that crazy? If that's true, I might be thinking of something else.
Your face and your beautiful eyes and the conversation and the little white lies.
Yeah, so the annotation for this one is the lyrics in the song mention Taylor shutting out her love interest and not telling him what she really wants because she's too angry. With this hidden message, we had an insight into what the song means for Taylor and why she wrote it.
Like 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's literally a song of her saying like what I wish I would have said.
Literally.
In an interview with iTunes, Taylor said, it talks about when you're in a fight with someone and you're in a relationship with, and you're like, leave me alone, don't ever talk to me, I hate you. But what you really mean is, please go buy me flowers and beg that I forgive you and stand
So
at the
true.
door and don't leave for 3 days.
So true.
Yeah.
Like, not communicating your feelings well.
Oh, 100%.
And like, yeah.
Okay, just as written by Taylor Swift.
Okay,
So there's
so
no...
scrap that.
Yeah. Well,
I
now I
must be
want to know what
thinking
that
of-
one was about.
I know, I can't
That
find
was a
it.
good tip, but we
I
just
will.
don't know what it
I
was
know.
for.
But it's just that even if it's not that song, it just goes to show that she'll just have a feeling and immediately be able to just
Right.
go into songwriting mode.
I know.
And how do you even talk about your feelings like that?
I don't know, because we barely can do it
talking
about our feelings with Taylor Swift, let alone writing music about it.
Nevertheless, that was fun.
That was fun. We learned a lot. I learned a lot. So we hope you guys have been enjoying this. Obviously, we're going to keep going, and we'll be doing Speak Now next.
Oh my god, and we can have even more going on with like the re-record.
No, I know, it's huge. There's a lot of tidbits that we just don't know what's happening. That, I mean, we should like, makes me want to save it for the get the re-records, but
hopefully it'll be like a good time. Probably not coming this year.
No, but no. All right, well, feel free to like, subscribe. We'll be here giving our Taylors. Cut that. So we hope you guys have been enjoying this. Like, we've been having a great time just picking through the tidbits, kind of making these weird connections.
Yeah, there's a lot of connections going on. We love diving in deeper, and I hope you guys are enjoying, because we're gonna keep going regardless.
Yep. So we'll see you next time.
All right.
When we do Speak Now.
Bye.
Bye.